Channel 4 has discovered a history of misconduct allegations against one of the same sheriff's deputies shown in this video beating a naked handcuffed suspect. Last year, a federal judge ruled that Humphreys County deputy went way too far during an arrest, and it got him and his department sued. The man taken into custody that day says it was nothing more than police committing a home invasion. Channel 4's Dennis Ferrier broke this story. He has another new development tonight you'll see only on Channel 4.
Tricia Cothams was a passenger in a bad accident. She had a concussion. Her toe was cut off, heavily sedated and resting at home. There's a knock on the door. It's Deputy Tim Hedge, one of the deputies under investigation in the Darren ring beating. Tricia's husband, James Cothams, answers the door.
It was Timothy Hedge. I don't know if it's the right word, but he bowed up on me, and he asked me 3 different times in a real argumentative type tone that he was going to get his way or else. And he asked me the 3rd time, and I said, I'm going to tell you again, Mr. Hedge, that you're not coming in my house without a search warrant.
Hedge returns not with a search warrant, but with a warrant for obstruction of justice, a warrant for the arrest of James Cothams for not allowing him to search his house without a warrant.
There were 3 of them. They came in, they threw me up against the wall, they beat me on the ground, they put their knees in my head, and I kept saying the whole time, I'm not resisting you guys, I'm not resisting you guys. So they put me in the patrol car.
Deputy Hedge then takes Cothams not to jail, but to Cothams' daughter's apartment, where they arrest her for obstruction of justice. James Cothams and his daughter are also charged with the resisting arrest. They go to the DA and tell their story.
When I talked to the district attorney, my wife, myself, and my daughter, she looked at those warrants and she listened to our story, and her comment was, you go outside, I'll take care of this. She turned white. We sat there for about 2 hours, and she come out and told me that the charges were dismissed.
The Cothams sued the Humphrey County Sheriff's Department for a civil rights violation. The county settled out of court and paid the Cothams $28,000. But the federal judge did make pointed remarks about the conduct of Deputy Tim Hedge and the Humphreys County Sheriff's Department. Quote, the search of Cothams' home could not be justified. The arrest warrant was not founded on probable cause. A reasonable officer could not have believed that the officer's warrantless search was a lawful search based on clearly established law. The resisting arrest charge, unfounded. No proof, said the judge.
They just home invaded me is what they did.
A couple other notes. When Tim Hedge was asked, would you allow a police officer in your house without a warrant? No, I wouldn't allow law enforcement in my house unless they had a warrant. And the judge mentioned that, and also the sheriff was asked, well, do you have a policy? Do you have a written manual, a policy? No, not at this time. And James Cothams will tell you part of the reason he sued was to get a policy and procedure, and he believes the Darren ring incident in some part happened because there's no uniform policy or procedure at the sheriff's department.
And those statements from sworn depositions?
Sworn depositions, very, very upfront.